Coming to you from the Lydia Media Studios in the heart of Lewiston, Auburn, it's Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show with Mark and Sarah today because Pam's away at BNI.
Making friends,
doing the networking and influencing people. We're covering news and events in the greater LA area and talking to the people making a difference in our community. Give us a listen at lydiamediallc.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Like Paul from Sabatis. Paul, I'm sorry, we don't know how Lydia's coat has become so shiny. But thanks for your inquiry.
I think it's the snow.
Maybe.
She probably rolls around in the snow.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Fish oil? Hard to say.
No, could be.
Could be. Today's show is brought to you by United Piping, serving residential and commercial customers with new installations and repairs. Call today and schedule your oil and gas boiler cleanings at 754-4556. UPI, the best plumbers around. And by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it.
Squatch it.
At 5 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com. And remember, the party starts at Ruper's.
Our guests in studio from the Maine Nordiques, number 61 in your program. He's a forward from Salo, Finland. Welcome, Usko Laaksonen.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Is that close enough?
Yeah, that's a good.
All right.
It's like, yeah, nobody else can get it right either. It's funny.
Yeah, I have heard many different versions.
How do you say it?
I say it like Laaksonen.
Laaksonen.
Got it.
I guarantee you I'm going to get it right by the time you leave.
Locks on in. Locks on in.
Yeah, that's good.
Lock it in.
And number 9 in your program, defenseman Alex Pellerin from Victoriaville, Quebec. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Excellent.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us this morning. You guys were here bright and early. Usually the Nords are just dragging butt in here.
Kind of roll. They get confused about how to get in the building.
Yeah. Are you morning people?
Not usually. We just left early. We have a 30-minute drive from Hollowell, so we didn't want to be late.
Gotcha. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
You guys living together?
Yeah.
Is it a billet house?
Yeah.
All right. We are going to talk all about the Nords to Usko and Alex coming up here in just a bit. But before we get there, let's take a look at some headlines for Wednesday, February the 5th.
February. The city of Lewiston is inviting residents to be part of the city's future by attending the Transformation Action Group. It's an opportunity to contribute your ideas and set a direction for the resident-led, city-adopted vision of the city's future. The meetings are scheduled for tonight at 5:30 and tomorrow morning at 9:30 at the Longley School and located at 145 Birch Street in Lewiston.
Androscoggin Bank donated $50,000 to the Trinity Jubilee Center, which provides services to help those experiencing homelessness, hunger, and other challenges. The gift will be used toward the construction of Trinity's new facility at 123 Bates Street in Lewiston. The capital campaign has raised about 92% of the $5.13 million budget.
The City of Lewiston will hold a public meet and greet with new City Administrator Brian Cainrath on Thursday from 5 to 5:45 p.m. at the Lewiston Public Library.
In the weather, sunny today with a high of 18 and a low of 6.
Gross.
3 to 5 inches of snow tomorrow with highs approaching 30 and lows in the single digits.
Gross again.
And partly sunny on Friday with highs in the 30s and lows in the teens.
Not as gross.
Yeah. 2.5 grosses.
2.5 grosses. 3 out of 5 stars. In sports, Jeremy Swayman denied 35 shots to lead the Bruins over the Minnesota Wild 3-0. Boston will visit the New York Rangers tonight at 7.
Jason Tatum's 22 points led the Celtics over the Cleveland Cavaliers 112-105. The Celtics host the Dallas Mavericks tomorrow night.
The Maine Nordiques return home to face off against the Northeast Generals on Friday night.
I'm sorry, the what?
Oh, excuse me. The Maine Nordiques return home to face off against the stinking Northeast Generals on Friday night.
That's better.
Yeah, I thought so.
And the NA3 Nordiques head to New York to take on the stinking Binghamton Buzz on Friday and Saturday.
On our high school scoreboard.
We don't care for them.
We just don't. If it's not the Nords, we don't like you. That's just how it goes.
That's right.
That's how it is. On our high school scoreboard in boys basketball, it was Cheverus narrowly beating Lewiston 49-48. Gray, New Gloucester over Brunswick 65-62 in overtime. Leavitt beating Winslow 60-50. Scarborough over Edward Little 66-59. St. Dom's beat Old Orchard Beach 65-40. Thornton Academy beat Oxford Hill 75-66. And it was York over Poland 60 57-56.
And in girls basketball, it was Boothbay over Lisbon, 49-30. Brunswick beat Grey New Gloucester, 53-46. Cheverus over Lewiston, 64-36. Edward Little beat Scarborough, 54-23. Halldale over Monmouth, 56-30. Levitt beat Winslow, 55-25. Oxford Hills beat Thornton Academy, 61-45. St. Dom's over Old Orchard Beach, 57-22. And York beat Poland, 57-39. That's your news, weather, and sports. And right now it is time for the podcast segment that is
Sweeping
the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for February the 5th.
Sure.
Shall we?
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty.
It's pretty slim, huh?
It's a little slim.
Slim pickings.
A lot of B-listers in here. We got some good ones.
Okay.
Bobby Brown, 56 today. You guys familiar with Bobby Brown? He was way before your time. Dated.
Yeah, they're both like, no.
Like, what are you talking about?
Who was married to Whitney Houston.
Yes.
You guys know who Whitney Houston is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah.
Phew.
Yeah, so they were married for a bit. And then Bobby, his big hit was My Prerogative,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Took the world by storm. Singer Chris Barron of the Spin Doctors is 58 years old today. They had a good album.
Their most played songs on the album are actually not their best songs on the album, which is always,
Is that right?
yeah.
I felt that about the Georgia Satellites, too.
Oh, yeah?
Like their greatest hits album is phenomenal.
Huh, funny.
Yeah. And Keep Your Hands to Yourself, like when that comes on, you're like, okay, what's next?
Do you have anything else?
Actor Chris Parnell is 58 years old today.
Saturday Night Live, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's funny.
He was also in the movie Hot Rod. He's been in a couple movies, but I remember him in Hot Rod.
Okay.
He had a tattoo of... Never mind.
Okay.
You guys have heard of Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
Velvet Revolver.
Yep.
Well, their bassist, Duff McKagan, is 61 years old today.
All right.
You know Duff is a financial advisor now?
Stop it.
I'm serious.
Come on.
That's what he does. That's what he does. Can you
love
imagine
that.
being married and telling your wife, yeah, honey, I'll be back. I'm going to visit with our financial advisor, Duff.
Mr. McKagan.
That's right.
Interesting.
Jennifer Jason Leigh is 63 today.
Single white female?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Actor comedian Tim Meadows from Saturday Night Live is 64 today.
He's so funny. He just headlined the Vermont Comedy Festival down in,
Wow.
I don't remember, Woodstock. Yeah, he was, last year they had Colin Quinn.
Wow.
Yeah, good. That's a good get. He's
Yeah.
very funny. Very
Oh,
funny
he's
guy.
the ladies'
The
man.
ladies' man with his cavassier. The ladies' man does not want to receive any more calls of that nature. Do you remember that one? It's so funny. He's so good.
Yeah, he
He's
would.
so good. You know what else he was in that I love?
What?
He was in Mean Girls. He was the principal in Mean Girls.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very funny. He was also in Walk Hard.
Oh, that's
The Dewey Cox
right.
story.
No, Dewey, you don't want any
That's
of this.
right. Usko and Alex are like, what the hell are you talking
You guys
about?
are weird.
We're talking about a bunch of stuff we used to watch when the dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Yeah. Way before your time, guys. Oh, no.
And rounding out FPBs for February the 5th is actor, director, comedian, and all-around hilarious individual Christopher Guest.
Yeah.
77 years old today.
He's funny.
Nigel Tufnell in Spinal Tap.
Right.
Yes, the guitar player.
Yep. Was he also in Inglourious Bastards? Christopher Guest. Am I
don't
thinking of a different
think so.
Christopher?
Yeah, you're thinking of Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz. Thank you. Yeah.
Yep, that guy.
Yeah.
Christopher Guest does a lot of the mockumentaries. He's been in Best in Show. And, he's been in a bunch of other stuff.
I
But
guess I need to see his face.
he's hilarious. Those are your FPBs for February the 5th.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Now we shift focus fully to our guests in studio from the Maine Nordiques, Usko Laaksonen and Alex Pellerin. And both of you, it's your first time here. Welcome.
Thank you.
Absolutely. We're happy to have you.
Thanks for coming in.
What we like to do with the Nords, especially your first time in, is get a little bit of your backstory. We'll start with you, Alex. Tell us how old you were when you first put on skates and kind of give us your path to the Maine Nordiques.
I started on skate. I have 2 older brothers, so I started on skate pretty early, probably 3 or 4 years old. And then from there, played high school back home, probably till like 15. And then at 15, I was also playing football, so I decided to go prep school here in the United States to play football and hockey in Williston, Northampton. It's a town in Mass. And then from there, I went to El Paso, played in El Paso for a year and a half, and ended up getting traded here right after Christmas.
So you went to El Paso for hockey.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So how did you choose hockey over football, or is that kind of just the way it happened?
I choose hockey over football, just injuries
Yeah.
at football. So I was like, I'm done with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. You had more injuries in football than you do in full contact hockey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I understood. Like, I've seen you guys like slam into the board. So,
Yeah.
what kind of football were you playing?
It's just harder on the body to always be standing, like practices and
Okay.
like your hips, your knees, shoulders in football. I thought it was harder a season of football than a season of hockey on the body.
Gotcha.
Wow.
What position did you play?
I played quarterback and safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Now it makes sense.
you were either hitting or getting hit.
Yeah. Okay.
There was no middle ground. You're not a punter.
No, I'm not.
It's now. What led you to choose 2 very full contact sports? Like, do you like getting hit? What's happening?
I don't know. I guess I do. No, I have. I started playing football when I was probably like 13 or 14, and I was kind of good at it. So I was like, I'm gonna keep going because I believe having more than one sports helps you in both. So I just kept going till I couldn't, basically.
That's cool. And they're off season from each other, so
Yeah.
you could play both. Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
interesting. We're glad you chose hockey. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
We're glad.
How did you become a Maine Nordique? How did that happen?
Started my second season in El Paso this year. The season was great, and then our coach got fired, and I was pretty close to my coach, like the organization and stuff. And I was like, well, I just want to move like somewhere else, get more exposure here in the Northeast in El Paso. So I was like, I requested a trade, and I ended up here.
And what do you think so far?
I like it. I mean, definitely fun to get back into cold weather and more of a hockey town.
Yeah.
The team is great. Like the rink's great. I love it. Our schedule's great too. Like it's way. But the hockey, I like the hockey better down here. It's more down south. It's more physical. More.
Yeah.
We've heard that.
Yeah, we have heard that. I was
Yeah.
going to ask you. Yeah.
But here it's more actually hockey. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that helps.
We like that.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And Usko, let's get your story. How old were you the first time you laced them up?
I think I was maybe 2 when I first had them on, and then I started in team when I was 7. Then I played in my hometown Salo until I was 15. I played soccer as well, and then I moved to a bigger town, Turku, and I played there before I came here.
Were you kind of torn between hockey and soccer?
Yeah, there was a little battle, but I always thought I had liked hockey better. So yeah, it was an easy decision.
What is it about hockey that won you over?
I don't really know. I think like weather in Finland wasn't so good for soccer, so that's why I picked hockey over soccer. Yeah.
And you haven't been in the States all that long, have you?
No,
When did you move here?
I moved here in end of October, so I've been here 3.5 months now.
3.5 months. From Finland, and I'm curious to know what your impressions are of the United States so far.
It's different, but yeah, I like it.
How is it different?
Food is different, kind of.
Better or
hockey.
worse?
Yeah. I like them both.
Yeah. Okay.
Very diplomatic.
That's right.
I have no problem when we talk about food. Yeah.
Have you discovered a favorite snack so far here?
I like cookies.
Cookies?
Yeah.
You have cookies in Finland.
Yeah, we do, but they're not the same.
Theirs aren't half sugar.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So you've been here a few months. First time leaving home?
No.
Okay.
I lived just with my brother for like 4 years.
And how did you become a Maine Nordique? How does a kid from Finland end up in Lewiston, Maine?
So I started my season in Finland, and then my advisor called me that there's a chance to come up here, and my brother plays in league, so I asked him, and he told I should go. So
Who does he play for? What team?
he plays in South for New Mexico Ice Bulls.
What are you thinking of his advice right now?
Yeah, it was a good decision.
It was a good
Just
decision.
see how the hockey is in here,
Yeah.
and like get experience being abroad.
This is the first time I've heard of anybody speak of an advisor. So is that pretty typical for you guys to have somebody who's sort of not like an agent, but somebody who's kind of guiding you to make choices in your hockey?
Yeah, I
career?
think it's pretty common. Yeah, it's nice to have like someone who has your back.
Is it someone who's usually been your coach at some point, or someone who's coached you?
No,
No.
it's just different part.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like people with contacts that like will help you to get like, all right, you just finished your season, like, oh, I want to go in that league or over there. Well, he'll have the contacts to like place you or something like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's not just like, oh boy, what do I do now? You have somebody who's actually pointing you in a direction.
Kinda.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's cool.
In my case, when I got traded, it was like fun to have one just because like all the paperwork and stuff, like
Oh,
it just
yeah.
makes it so much easier. I didn't have to do anything of it.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you a head start.
Yeah,
Just show up and play.
exactly.
That's cool. Yeah.
You get
Take
to
that out.
concentrate on what's important. How does hockey in the United States differ from Europe?
It's more physical. Rink is smaller. I would say it's faster as well. Yeah, it's different, but I like it. Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
I'm trying to play physical here. Yeah, I like to just hold on to the box, and yeah, I like paddling too. So I think I fit here pretty good.
Yeah.
We've heard that before from other skaters from Europe, that the rink being smaller means that you have less
Yeah.
ice to play. So
Yeah.
it's a little tighter and a little bit. It
Yeah,
has
you
to
have
be a
less
little more-
time. Yeah.
You got to think really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alex, have you played on bigger rinks before?
Maybe for a tournament, but like nothing to get used to and actually
Yeah.
like enjoy it.
And this is, for the both of you, it's your final year in juniors, correct?
Yep, correct.
No better way to go out than with a Robertson Cup trophy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're in the right place.
Yeah, we're aiming for that.
Yeah. Alex, did you know anything about the Nordiques before you came over?
I've heard about it just because it's a good organization and all, so I've definitely heard about it before, but I didn't know nothing like about the Lewiston and
Right.
stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of any of that.
So I'm curious to hear your impressions so far of like this area and the hockey here.
I mean, I'm from a small town in Quebec City, like near Quebec City, so like it's pretty familiar, like living around here, like everything kind of smaller and the community is like tight and stuff
Yeah.
like this. So I'm used to that stuff a little bit, so I like it a lot just because it remember me of home.
Yeah.
A good amount.
We were this close to having Coach Nick Skurlik join you guys here this morning.
It doesn't feel good.
So Sarah actually booked him on the show, and he was all ready to go. And then I guess he wasn't feeling well
was not
last
feeling
night and didn't want to commit. But what would you guys have thought if you walked in here and saw Coach Skurlik?
What a way to start the morning.
Yeah, it will be fun.
Oh, I thought we didn't have to deal with this guy for another couple hours.
That would have been fun.
I know. I was like, should we tell him? Nah.
Usko, how does Coach Skurlik compare with some other coaches you've had recently?
He's tougher, says straight how the things are. But yeah, he's good. He's a good guy.
Do you appreciate that? Does that help you when you
Yeah,
get
it's
feedback
fair.
like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Is he fair?
He's fair. Yeah. Sometimes.
Good answer.
Sometimes.
No, he's fair.
Alex, you agree?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I had probably one of the toughest coach down in El Paso around the league.
You mean the one that got fired?
Yeah, exactly.
You mean that one?
So I'm used with that. I'm used with like that tough, straight, and fair.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like Nick.
Yeah.
Good
That's
deal.
good.
And I'm curious, too, what your impressions of the Colisee are. How do you like playing there?
I like it. I mean, it's a nice rink, obviously, like, and especially like on Saturday nights when it gets like rowdy and stuff. Like, I love it. Like, nothing better than what was it? 2 weeks ago, we were trailing by 2 against Rochester, and we came back. And like the Nordique chant was going on and all that stuff.
Nice.
It was so nice.
Oh,
That's great.
I love it when people show up for that. When the barn is loud, I bet it's just such a good feeling. Like for me in the stands, I love it. So I can only imagine how it feels to you guys. Like,
And you got to love hearing that from the players, too, because we have a lot of Nordiques fans that listen. And when they hear that from you, that gets you guys pumped up and, fired up. That's going to mean a lot to them, too.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely gets us going. Like sometimes, like you get like a slower first period, and maybe you get a goal or a big hit, and then the crowd like kind of gets into it. Like it helps us get into it. Like if we're out of it a little bit in the first.
Usko, what do you think of the Colisee?
I like it. It's a nice ring, and we have good fans. So it definitely helps us when we have good fan base behind us. Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of a rough weekend last weekend, but you guys, you're going to come back strong on Friday, and I think you have 15 regular season games left, and 12 of them are at home.
awesome.
That's going to feel pretty good,
Yeah.
knowing that you guys early in the season, you were on the road for like 2.5 months. It's crazy, right? Yeah. And now it'll pay off. You're in the home stretch.
I feel like that's strategic. I feel like Coach Skarlik plans that so that you guys get that last end. A lot of those games are at home.
Yeah, but I mean, probably I don't think he's got much of a say on the schedule. If he does, like, that's good.
Yeah.
But no, it's a game changer.
Right.
Just being home, like sleeping in your bed, even though you're in a billet house, it's still your bed.
Sure, yeah. It's your temporary home,
Yeah.
right?
In your routine, your kind of stuff. You don't need a bus ride. Like often, it's a good break on the body.
Yeah. Not being on the bus for hours on end has got to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that we are forever curious about with the amount of traveling that you guys do. And being athletes, making your living with your body. You guys are going to go on and further your careers, but those bus rides got to be a killer. Right?
They are.
What's the longest trip you've been on? I've been on one for 14 hours that stopped once, and it nearly did me in.
My longest trip was from Minnesota to El Paso. It was 24 hours.
Oh my goodness.
We stopped like once for breakfast and then one or twice for like snacks, but like nothing, like just sleep. Like we had a full 24 hours on the bus.
Was it comfortable? Were the seats comfortable?
No. Not at all.
It sounds horrible.
Usko, does it ever get easier riding on the buses?
Probably not.
It's a grind.
Yeah, it just get more hard. I think my longest trip is to Johnstown. It took like 10 hours or something.
Yeah, I think we've heard complaints about that. Like 10 to 12 sometimes, depending on the traffic and the weather.
Yeah, the weather too, especially.
Right. This time of year, you never know what you're gonna get.
Right.
Yeah.
What's in the snack bag when you guys head out?
I usually carry like maybe a little bit of candies, like Cliff Bars, like protein stuff, a little bit, and then we stop to get actual food for lunch and dinner. So I don't carry a lot of snacks, but I like Cliff Bars a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would snack all the way there and all the way back. I'd be so bored. Instagram and snacks.
Is your diet, Alex? Is your diet a priority? Are you conscious of it? At your age, are you just eating anything in sight?
Depends. Like I try to like take a look at what I eat, especially on snacks, because that's like I feel like that's where you can get a lot out of shape. But like with the amount of like calories we burn in a day, like with practice and sometimes workout and the games, I just eat.
Yeah.
I need to gain those calories.
Whatever's in
back.
front of you.
Yeah.
Usko, what do you think of our wonderful American diet?
I like it. Yeah.
It's like, I don't mind the sugar.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I don't mind it.
I don't think he minds either. Seeing you in the pantry, having a couple candy
Yeah,
cookies.
see?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Any go-to snacks for you on the bus? What are you eating?
I usually grab a Gatorade with meat and then just candy or anything. Yeah.
What do you do on the bus for a 10-hour bus ride?
I watch like TV shows, then I'm trying to sleep for a couple hours. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't do much. Going, you often travel in the day, so I can't really sleep. So I'll be like on my phone and just try to call people sometimes. Just call friends like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. Like, what you been up to?
And I can't go anywhere or do anything else right now.
What are you doing for the next 9 hours?
Yeah.
Want to chat?
But no, on the way back, I usually sleep it off pretty good. Yeah.
I'm sure you guys are tired on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usko, if you could share a video of any game
Oh.
from your career and share it with a scout, what game would it be and why?
That's pretty hard. When I played in the same team with my brother, I think we played pretty good together, so I'll pick one from there.
Is your brother your biggest influence in hockey?
Yeah, I would say.
And Alex, same question. If you could share a video of one game with a scout, what would that be?
I don't know I don't remember if I played well in that game, but we had that Pee Wee tournament back in Quebec, the big tournament.
Yeah.
And you're Pee Wee, you're probably like 10 or 11 years old, and I played in front of like 12,000 people.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's like in the Videotron Center. So that's probably like the video I'd share, and we won the tournament that year. So that's probably the game I'd share, but I can't remember if I played well or bad.
Like, it's just cool.
yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
Forget about the game. Look at this crowd.
Look at all these people.
They came to see me. Let's see here. So you got a game on Friday. You guys are playing the Northeast Generals. Have you won against them this year?
No.
No. So that's a home game. That's at the Colisee. What's it going to take to beat this team? What do you got to do?
He knows better. I haven't played them. I haven't seen them at all.
Oh, you haven't
I
played
played
them
them a
yet.
couple times. They like to play physical. I think we just kind of need to stick in our own plan, and I think we are a better team than they are, so we have more talented players, so if we have a good game, it's gonna like turn up to be our win.
I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but I will mention it very quickly. I don't think anyone wants to play a team of your caliber coming off a 7-0 loss.
Yeah.
You got something to prove.
That's right.
Yeah,
You guys have
take
some
that down
unfinished
here to
business.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Something to prove at this point. Yeah.
Locally owned and locally focused, Lydia Media celebrates the heart of the greater Lewiston Auburn area through 2 magazines, Uncle Andy's Digest and LA Metro Magazine, and the new Lydia's Lunch Bunch podcast. Each production shines a positive light on local businesses, nonprofits, events, and individuals making a difference in our community. Keep your advertising dollars local and position your business in front of your target audience with Lydia Media. Learn more at LlydiaMediaLLC.com. You want to do some 3 random questions there, Sarah?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me find some random questions.
I'll start. We'll do 3 random questions with Alex and Usko from our Maine Nordiques. Usko, we'll start with you. If you could not play hockey, what would you be doing right now?
I like doing any sport, so I would maybe pick that soccer if
Okay.
it was not hockey. Yeah.
Okay, follow up. If you couldn't play a sport, what would you be doing?
If I could not play, I would maybe coach. No, I don't think I'm gonna become a coach.
The Zamboni driver?
Yeah, I'll pick that one.
You just got to be involved.
Yeah.
In the ring. That's all I need. Just to be in the ring. That's
Definitely.
cute.
Alex, if you could not play hockey, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be in school right now.
Doing what?
Yeah.
Studying for what?
Business, yeah. I want to be an accountant.
Right
Oh,
on.
Yep,
nice.
yep.
That's what my son is studying. University of
nice.
Maine at Farmington. Go Beavers.
All right. Sarah, you got
My
one?
question? Okay. If you could have, and Usko, you can go first. If you could have a fictional best friend, like from a book or a movie or a television show, who would you choose to be your best friend?
Fictional best friend.
Any character.
I can find one. I can find one.
You can't think of one? We'll come back.
You go first.
I'd probably go Deadpool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's like a funny guy and he's kind of a badass. So.
You'd want him as your
I'll be Wolverine.
What?
I'll be Wolverine.
Wolverine. You guys can go out and have fun together.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you're going to be waiting for tables in any restaurant. They will seat you immediately.
Yeah, anywhere you want, guys.
Yeah.
You don't even have to wait for your scrambled eggs.
Alex, what was your favorite childhood toy?
Ooh.
Ooh, probably a hockey stick.
Yeah.
Yep, a little hockey stick, like play knee hockey.
Yeah.
That was a big part of my childhood.
So knee hockey, can you play that indoors?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like they make nowadays. It's crazy. Like they make 1-piece sticks. Like it's almost like $150 for a little stick. Yeah, it's crazy. But no, I used to play this with both my brothers that play hockey too. So with a little ball and little nets and a little stick on your knees.
Oh,
Yeah.
too cool.
We just went to a tournament down in Waterville Valley, and they had a room set up specifically for the teams to just play knee hockey. They're like, we don't want you in the halls. We don't want you in the lobby. You can have this room to play knee hockey. And like all the kids brought their sticks, and we had a goal in the back of my car.
Nice.
Like, what are we doing? We're knee hockey. You guys don't get enough time on the ice. You got to do knee hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
They do.
Those games get pretty rough too sometimes.
They get pretty rowdy. There was nothing else in the room. It was just an empty room for knee hockey. That's hilarious. I love that.
Usko, favorite childhood toy?
I'm not sure if it's a toy, but I got street hockey goalie set. I always wanted to be a goalie.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh.
Why on earth would you want to be a goalie?
I don't know. It's just I like the gear goalies have. So yeah,
Have you ever tried it?
yeah, I have.
And it didn't
I'm pretty
work out?
good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good, but like my
Yeah.
parents didn't let me to be a goalie, so
Well,
that's why I'm forward.
Don't blame him.
it's stupid expensive.
Yeah, that might have been the reason.
It's so stupid expensive.
Sarah's a goalie mom,
I'm a goalie mom.
so she feels the pain.
It's bad.
I don't know. We've interviewed a few goalies, and sometimes you can instantly tell, like if they're a goalie or not. They kind of walk in the room and they're just looking around.
But Usko has that very chill, like, calm demeanor that we
Yeah.
see from the rest of goalies, too.
Oh, he's not always like that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, they're kind of crazy on the inside, but they're
Yeah.
calm on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, goalie could be a trip. You guys are carrying 2 goalies right now.
Yeah.
Say they both couldn't make it.
They're in a pinch.
Would you step in as an emergency third stringer?
I would love that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting that to happen.
All right.
He's
Maybe
just like, he's on the bench daydreaming.
someday.
I could be in the goal.
Maybe when Scarlett comes in, we'll put in a good
Put
word
it-
for you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe game 1 of the Robertson Cup playoffs.
yeah.
We'll put you in there.
It's like, I'm not ready for that kind of pressure.
Alex, no goalie dreams for you?
No. Actually, I played goalie for a year when I was younger, and not for me.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
And when things start to go sideways, it's hard to, like, shake it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of think I'd like it, but
Yeah?
it is a lot of equipment to wear out there. It takes what does it take? Like 45 minutes to get ready?
Yeah, it is pretty. Yeah, it's something.
I've been sending goalie training videos to my significant other for our son, and it's like he just responds back with like big-eyed emojis, like what? Like, no, he needs this. He needs to be working on this.
That's right. You're such a good goalie mom. Look at you.
I try.
If you could sit in an NHL arena, and Alex, who's your team?
Montreal Canadiens.
So
Nice.
if you could, that's the Bell Center, right?
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
could go to the Bell Center for a Canadiens game and sit anywhere, where would you sit?
I'd probably sit right on the red line, and then probably like 50 rows up.
Yep.
Just so you're over the glass,
Yeah.
and then you kind of see without the glass and no netting, and you're in the middle of the ice.
Yeah.
That would be my spot.
All right. Pretty high up center ice.
Yeah.
Usko, do you have an NHL team?
Yeah, I have Toronto.
If you could see a Maple Leafs game from anywhere, where would you sit?
That Alex explaining his spot sounds pretty good. I'll
That spot right
pick
there.
some. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the spot.
What we've learned is every skater wants to sit up high, pretty much center ice or in one of the corners.
Yeah.
And the goalie wants to sit in row 1 behind the net.
Just to see the goalie's mistakes.
Right. It's like, don't you get enough of that view?
Yeah.
You want more of it?
That's funny. That's where I sit when Asher plays. Like, I'll sit behind the goal. I'll switch ends.
Yeah.
But when we go to the Bruins game, I like to be up. I like to be up high. I like to still behind the goal, but like up high so I can see the ice. Yeah.
It is interesting to get perspective from players.
Yeah.
Like, because you guys want to see everything develop. Right?
Yeah.
You're students of the game. You want to see how the pros do it.
And I mean, when you watch a hockey game, like, it's also like, you focus on the puck, but you focus also on the players, what they do off the puck to like get available for a pass or something. Like, and if you sit so close, you don't get to see that really well. So being higher up, you have a better perspective.
But you do get to see their face mashed up against the glass. You know, it's somebody's face.
I mean, we see enough of that, so.
Like, we live it. All right, let's do scouting reports. And we will start with Alex. Alex, we're going to pretend that Sarah and I own a hockey team. Yeah. You are our star defenseman, but we need some help up front. And we know you've played with Usko before, so we're asking for your advice. What can you tell us about this kid?
Usko is a two-way forward that loves to play physical. He can be reliable on defense and can put the puck in the net. And he's also great to make plays, like develop plays, like taking his time, slowing down the game, but playing it fast.
Yeah, like a David Krejci. Kind of player.
Yeah, exactly. And we can always use his body. He's a big dude.
All right. So you've lived with him for a few months?
Yeah.
Is that fair? So you know about him a little bit off the ice, and that's important to us as well. We don't want to be embarrassed. So what's he like off the ice?
Oh, he's a good time to be around. I mean, we watch movies pretty much every night up in the 3rd floor in our billet houses. We have lots of fun. Lots of fun are happening there.
What are you guys watching for movies?
Oh, anything. We watched. We were on the heater. We watched the night action, like the show, the 2nd series, and then we watched Shoresy. A little more hockey.
Of course you do.
And then we went into movies. Like we're waiting for Shoresy season 4 to go out to come out to get back into it.
Yeah. Are they already at season 4?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so basically we have a good mix of action and comedy.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Letterkenny?
We did not watch that one. No. Should we?
Yes.
You'd love it.
That's where Shoresy comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to watch Letterkenny.
Yeah. Same lead. Jared Kiso is the same lead in Letterkenny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's great. A lot of hockey in there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
Good stuff. All right. Usko, you are our star forward, but we need some help on the blue line, and we're taking a look at Alex over here. What can you tell us about him?
I would say Alex is like pretty tough he's not a big guy, but he's good in battles, pretty strong. Not maybe the guy who has all eyes on him, but makes simple plays, can score from time to time, having good shot. That's what I would say.
All right.
That's fair.
Good stuff. And what is he like off the ice? Is he a good guy?
Yeah, he's fun, dude. I like hanging out with him. Yeah, I think we have a pretty good time.
All right.
Together.
Now we have one more question for you guys. And this one, sometimes it starts fights. Sometimes it doesn't. You know, sometimes there's like shoes and hoodies all over the place.
It's a yard sale.
It's a yard sale. Usko, we'll start with you. Would you rather play in the NHL for 12 years as a perennial All-Star and a Hall of Famer and never win a cup? Or would you rather play for 5 years as a 4th-line forward and win a cup?
Of course you want to win the cup, but everyone wants to win the cup. Just maybe having a little body after. No, but yeah, I would pick Stanley Cup over
Cup.
Yeah, individuals, but of course you want to have like good impact for the game. So, but yeah, it's still Stanley Cup.
Yeah, Stanley Cup. And as you know, every player gets a day with the cup, right?
Yeah.
What would you do on your
would I
day
do?
with the Stanley Cup?
I'll just go somewhere in my hometown, be with my friends.
Just have it in a wagon.
Yeah.
Bring it. Oh, hey, did you guys see my cup?
Yeah.
This is my cup.
Yeah.
Sleep with it.
Maybe eat from it. Yeah.
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 Snuggle up, wrap it in a blanket.
Alex, would you rather play for 12 years as a perennial All-Star and Hall of Famer, star defenseman, and never win a cup, or play for 5 years as a third liner and win the cup?
I think I would go for win the cup too, just because I don't think my body can last 12 years. No, but
All that football.
no, but honestly, like if you're playing hockey, like the one goal every hockey player has in mind is to win a cup, like win the Stanley Cup, and having a chance to do this over playing, like only playing 5 years, like I'd take that any day of the week.
Right. Do you know what you do with your day with the
Okay.
cup?
I'd probably like bring it to the lake and just like have fun, have a party, have a get together.
Yeah.
Like
Put some beers in it.
no, I don't drink beer.
Sarah.
So I'm sorry, some Coca-Cola.
No, I'd probably like make a poutine in there because funny story that like the rumors are that the poutine was invented in my town.
Of course.
So like my town was the inventor of the poutine in 1934 or something.
Yeah.
So it's just like a big thing around
Yeah.
around my city.
Yeah.
What a great visual that is. You
Yeah.
making poutine in the cup.
That's so much poutine. Pinky D's would be
So
involved.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? We used to ask a question that was very divisive, and we don't ask it anymore.
Well, have at it.
What's the greatest hockey movie of all time?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Miracle.
Yeah, I would say Miracle.
You go with Miracle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think as far as
We get that one. a lot.
realistic hockey being portrayed on the big screen, that's probably the most
Yeah.
accurate,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I think that's the only one I've seen.
No Mighty Ducks for you?
No.
Mighty Ducks is good too.
Yeah. Slapshot?
Slapshot is
Slapshot's
good. Like those are all
incredible.
great movies.
Yeah. Did you watch that 30 for 30? I think I asked you. There's
Yeah.
the 30 for 30 about the Russian Olympic team, and after that, what is it, like the 80s? 1980?
1980. Yeah.
That Olympic game at Lake Placid. and,
Yes,
like,
I've seen that.
that was really good.
really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I just think Miracle is just like the most realistic thing, like for us hockey players to like feel like we've like most of us lived situation like that or like that we can compare.
Yeah.
So it's just that's what makes it so good.
Nice.
What I love about that movie, too, is instead of hiring actors and teaching them how to play hockey,
Right.
they hired hockey players and taught them how to act,
Yeah.
which I think is probably easier.
Oh yeah,
right?
probably
Yeah,
yeah.
for
Yeah. Definitely. I think that's why it comes across so well.
Yeah.
Too. The action is incredible in that one. Getting back to the Stanley Cup question, we're not going to mention their names, but a few of your teammates took the Hall of Fame route.
Yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
So,
We'll figure that out.
but good stuff. I hope you guys had some fun this morning. We certainly appreciate you making time for us, and best of luck on Friday against the stinking Northeast Generals. Just
Thank you.
Get out
Thank
there
you.
and take care of business.
Oh, we will.
And
We
get
will.
back to where you belong
Yep.
atop the standings. And we so look forward to seeing our Maine Nordiques battle in the playoffs for the Robertson Cup. That is coming up. You guys, like I said, 15 games left. It's
Wow.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
Get everything online and
Yep.
everybody healthy.
Yep.
And we'll be good to go.
Get some
All
butts
right.
in the seats over at the Colisee. That'd
That's
be good
right.
Too. Yep.
Go cheer them on, and you can enter to win tickets at LydiaMediaLLC.com and also at UncleAndy's.com. So plenty of opportunities for you to go cheer on the Maine Nordiques and throw a shout out to Usko and Alex while you're at
Yeah. Bring some cookies.
it. Cookies.
I would love that.
Bring them some cookies.
All right, guys. Best of luck on Friday. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We want to thank our sponsors for today, Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and United Piping. And if you'd like to be part of the Lydia's Lunch Bunch advertising family, reach out to Pam via email at pam@LydiaMediaLLC.com.